Hi, I'm Jeff McCausland, founder and CEO of Diamond 6 Leadership and Strategy. What I want to talk to you today is one of the most important aspects, I think, of leadership development, and that is mentoring. Mentoring is particularly important for those in a profession. What do we mean by profession? Well, there are 5 in American society. Those professions are the military, theologians, those in the medical field, those in law enforcement, to include police, attorneys, judges, etc., and educators. Why are they called professions? Because they're in charge of an abstract body of knowledge that the society finds critical to the overall continued success of that society moving into the future. Second of all, professions receive a certain amount of empowerment from society in order to decide what it takes to become a member of the profession and outline the requirements, the values, and norms. And thirdly, those in professions largely do it for the intrinsic rewards they receive, how they feel they are making a contribution to their fellow man, their fellow citizen, as opposed to the extrinsic rewards. So mentoring is critical in a profession as you try to develop people across their career, making them take ownership of the profession, improving the profession, moving into the future. Now, what do we mean by mentoring? Well, mentoring is a dynamic, reciprocal, personal relationship in which normally a more experienced person, mentor, acts as a guide, role model, teacher, and sponsor of a less experienced, newer person, often called a mentee. Obviously, trying to find a good mentor is difficult and somewhat complicated, and you can't really do this objectively. One has to consider who they find attractive that provides them the requirements that they need to be a successful mentor. What are some of the things you might look for in a mentor? Well, that the mentor is first interested and supportive in you and your development. Second of all, of course, you want a mentor who is knowledgeable and competent. They understand what it takes to be successful in the profession. Thirdly, that they are sharing and giving, particularly of their time. They're willing to spend time with that young person, helping them along the way. Fourth, obviously, they can be non-exploitive. This has to be totally a giving relationship. Fifth, that the mentor has to be involved in the profession in all aspects of it. And lastly, they have to exhibit a positive attitude. Those mentoring relationships will grow and flourish throughout a person's career. Obviously, over time, they will change. And at times I've seen, for me at least, where mentoring relationships I've had with a more senior person actually become a more collegial relationship as I have aged. But I can assure you, even in this stage of my life, I seek frequently those people who have influenced me, those people who have mentored me as I'm facing a difficult problem. Because at the end of the day, it always seemed to me that a famous quote by Robert Louis Stevenson was particularly appropriate as we think about ourselves as mentors to others. And that is, as Stevenson once wrote, "He has achieved success, who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has gained the respect of intelligent men and the love of little children, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task, who has left the world better than he found it, who has looked for the best in others and given the best he had, whose life was an inspiration, whose memory is a benediction." Better words, I don't think, can be written in describing a mentor and the importance of mentorship.